Stop picking the Bills to win the Super Bowl at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Just don't do it anymore. Stop it. Stop it. I'm telling you. I made the big preaching moment last week. We had the whole lecture, we had the whole sermon last week about teams moving in to new stadiums to win the Super Bowl. McDermott is a fraud. McDermott will never win anything. McDermott is going to be a sacrificial lamb for the Buffalo Bills. This guy is going to get scapegoated. Baltimore Ravens are the best team in football. The Baltimore Ravens run the AFC. And the NFL going to pay them back. Because Ravens took a dive last year, so the entire entity that is the NFL would be able to exploit, to take advantage of, to reap the benefits of the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, get young girls introduced into the game kind of publicity. It's time to give one back for these brothers over there in Baltimore. It's time for Tom Brady to see the guy who he said, you next. You're next. Basically, he's talking about Lamar. Yeah, the Bengals, they tried. Their defense is terrible. The Bengals, another year, hit the signings and free agency. Okay, Bengals going to win Super Bowl 60. I told y'all this was not the Bengals year. But then I did tell you, okay, if it wasn't going to be the Ravens, who's my team number 2? The Bengals. The Bengals are doing terrible. This means my intuition towards my number 1 option for the Super Bowl is, in fact, the correct option for this year. We diagnosed the fact that Burrow and Chase at the same is played at the Superdome. This was a psychological operation. But the year after the Super Bowl played at the site of Joe Burrow's national title victory, the Bengals do win the Super Bowl. But now it's Andrew Jackson leads the guys to victory in the War of 1812. 12 years later, next Super Bowl at Louisiana, Tom Brady number 12. Lamar Jackson, he says, you next. Look at Lamar Jackson balling today. You get the feeling the third time the charm is coming. It's been written up in the sky, in the stars, in the galaxies. It's been written in the heavens that the Ravens and Derrick Henry with the full 12, 16 games under this offense in his belt, the Ravens are going to destroy the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, not destroy the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be a close game. But Lamar Jackson and company are going to wear down the Kansas City Chiefs defense in the second half of the playoff game. At whatever moment it comes, in the AFC Championship game, in the divisional game, Lamar Jackson is going to shock the world. And they're still going to call him a running back. They're going to say, oh, Josh Allen's a choker. It's like they can't pick and choose between, oh, Josh Allen played great against the Chiefs and Josh Allen's a choker. Now, he did choke against the Bengals. He did choke. He did choke, right? He did. He did choke. His defense let him down against the Chiefs, but he did choke against the Bengals. Right? He did choke against them. He did settle for field goals in the 2021 AFC Championship game. Who did the Bills even beat is my question. The Cardinals? The Jaguars? Who did they beat in week 2? The Bills. Who did they beat? I forgot. They're just so completely irrelevant. The Bills are completely irrelevant. They're a fraudulent team. They have a fraudulent coach. John Harbaugh won the Super Bowl. John Harbaugh is a winner. This guy is not a winner. Sorry. The Dolphins. The Dolphins. Don't get me started with the Dolphins. This team never beats anybody with a record of over 500 except for the Dallas Tribal. The answer to that question, the Lions are winning the game. The Seahawks are frauds. The Seahawks are a joke. Vote that team. Another team. So the Bucs more of a contender. I'm eyeballing. Quarterback there without Christian McCaffrey, they have injury problems. I'm looking what it is. Boy, it is what it is. Mediocre. Okay. My nickname for Josh Allen was the White Michael Vick because he's a running quarterback on that. He's no longer a running quarterback. Because he had a lot. He has improved his game a lot over the years. But the Bills are just choke artists. This team is just choke artists to the core. This team is a big mistake waiting to happen. They got completely bitch slapped. Fucked in the rear end by the Ravens. There's no doubt the Ravens gonna munch these motherfuckers for lunch and dinner in the next day, and they left over come playoff time. Stop overrating the Bills. They're overrated. They're overhyped. They are such a colossal disappointment every single year. But I'm here to tell you, this team was not going to win until they move into the new Highmark Stadium. The Bills are a joke. The Bills are frauds. The Chiefs may continue to win. The referees help the Chiefs there. What, first and goal? Oh, touchdown. Referee again. They about to say the referee helped that team again. They still whining about the referee. They still whining about the referee. Last two undefeated teams, the Lions and the Chiefs, after the Vikings. Remember I told you about the 4-1. The Jets lost against the Dodgers. Jets defeat the Minnesota Vikings at England. The Jets will not lose that game against the Vikings. He's going to win that game. Because where are the Jets now? 2-2? And Rodgers, 3-2. Broncos, 32. Okay. The Jets may have lost against the Broncos, but the Jets will be 3-2 after the game against the Denver Donkeys. Fire the owner, fire Mark Davis if we lose against the Denver Donkeys. So I have to say about this class-ass owner of the Denver Donkeys. There's no doubt we will defeat the Denver Donkeys. Oh, yeah. Again, teams that fail to three-peat, they have injury problems. So, Ravens are not getting hurt so far. Chiefs, the running back position. Mahomes is not exactly lighting it out, is he? I give him credit that he knows how to adjust the game manager. He can play two personalities, go from game managing. I'm not going to make a mistake to I got to be the playmaker. So, Lamar the same way knows he has a great defense. I think both quarterbacks are certainly capable of being able to play the game manager role. But yeah, Chiefs wide receiver is a weakness. Andy Reid had no wide receivers in the Eagles. It seems like Andy Reid doesn't prioritize the wide receiver. And regardless, during his time with the Eagles and this time, Jeremy Maclin was never great. He had another draft pick. right. He only needed to sign Terrell Owens in free agency and this and that. He signed some scrub in Green Bay, Marquez, Scantland, blah, blah. Okay, Lincoln Media Day, I'd be paying attention to it and go LeBron James. What are they going to say about the upcoming season? I do agree with Magic Johnson that the Lakers going to need some time to settle in. So, again, it's all BS. The first 3 months, but February, March, April, May, June, when you get the ball rolling by that time, that's all I have to say about the Lakers. I do agree with Shaq that it's going to take some time to implement the coach's ideas and the players to all be on the court at the same time. Both Shaq and Magic said it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to begin the tenure with the Lakers, and I do agree this is where we be heading with. And I do like the team is together. The chemistry, the team, the same group of players are back. The chemistry is there. It's just a matter of interpreting the coach's ideas and how long would it be for the coach to get the proper rotations for what he wants to do in his system. These are the questions surrounding the Lakers before we begin the tip-off of the upcoming season. There's no KAT on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's on the New York Knicks. KAT against Anthony Davis in the roadblock. Something to look out for in 2026 anyway. The NBA don't begin until March, April, May anyways. But there's still games going on. It's still cool to watch. But it's still scripted BS that we see happening all the time in the NBA. Lamar Jackson just defeated Josh Allen. Josh Allen not going to run away with MVP, is he? Patrick Mahomes going to win MVP when he beats the Bills. Mahomes will win the meaningless MVP award because MVP is going to lose again in the playoffs. He's beat Burrow, he's beat Lamar, and he will beat Herbert. And he beat Herbert, he's going to beat Josh Allen. But it's over. The Chiefs are going to lose in the playoffs. Already, I'm hearing people saying the referees are going to automatically give them the Super Bowl. What they don't realize is that they're not going to give the Chiefs a Super Bowl every year because of Taylor Swift. But the first year that she gets into the game, yeah, they'll allow Taylor to witness a Lombardi celebration. But it's not like they're going to do it every season. They were certainly going to let Taylor witness a Lombardi celebration, her very first moment entering the game of football. But the Ravens had to take a dive to go along with what the entire entity, the NFL, the Ravens make the money from the TV ratings too. So the Ravens, in a way, the Ravens benefited from losing against Kansas City. Now you're going to be like, oh, they benefit from losing the Super Bowl. But I'm talking about the owner's profits. I'm talking about the collective, the revenue sharing that comes by dispersing the TV money to all 32 owners individually. It's even revenue sharing. It's even revenue sharing, and everybody gets a piece of the pie, regardless if you finish 2-14, regardless if you finish 3-13, regardless if you finish last in your division. You still make money from revenue sharing, from national broadcast, from the playoff broadcast. Fantastic divisional calls today was the Falcons and the Vikings to win. The I should have stuck with the original was the Colts over the Steelers. I switched to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh lost. So I should have stuck with Indianapolis originally. So I'll kind of look back at that and see what kind of led to me predicting Indianapolis in the first place. I did switch the Raiders, so this evens it out. Raiders to beat the Browns because the Mafia took the dive against the Panthers, and that theory was correct. The theory was correct that the Mafia took the dive. It wasn't the Raiders being trash. It was the Raiders taking the dive for the Mafia, and the Raiders were allowed to beat the Browns. So this was not a conspiracy theory. It was a correct theory. It was not a conspiracy theory. Ravens to beat the Bills was the correct call. Ravens are going to do great things. They gotta be a team that's going to challenge. Got to build the pick over the rematch against Buffalo. Well, Buffalo sucks and I'm gay anyway. I'll hate for the Bills because I do hope to see them win, but I'm a realist and I know the Bills are not going to win until they move into the new arena. So even though I'm called a Bills hater by the Bills fan, CWE, I'm completely right about that team. They may have to sacrifice the coach and hire a new coach. At this point, they may need a new coach. What if Damar Hamlin is simply a 6th-round draft pick? What if he's kicked? What if he's simply a 6th-round draft pick and he's not qualified to start because Micah Hyde left? What if Damar Hamlin is a 6th-round draft pick and he's just not good enough to be an everyday starter? These are valid questions. It's a feel-good story. We want Damar to do well. We want him to play football. But what if he's not a competent starting player in the NFL? He could be a good nickel quarter situation player, but is he a starting safety in the NFL? I'm not quite sure about that. That could be hurting the Bills. What helped the Bills was that they played garbage teams like the Cardinals. He'll be anybody. He'll be anybody. The Dolphins don't be against each other, do they? So the Bills are a hoax. They fraudulent pretender. I don't know what's going on with that team over there in Jacksonville. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's an interesting question. They were winning today, but then late score. Bills are mediocre. What a sad-ass excuse of a sports town, Arizona. Fuck Arizona sports, man. Fuck this Arizona sports garbage. After this clusterfuck by the Cardinals, I guarantee you, D-backs will be left disappointed tomorrow. Their season is over. They're a postponed game between the Mets and the Braves. So, of course, the two teams playing the doubleheader. To win both games, or they need the Braves to win both games. So for the D-backs to make the playoffs, there can't be a Mets collapse. Hopefully the Mets collapse. Hopefully they do. That's why I've been crying and we're going to sign Juan Soto. I hope you get swept. I hope you get swept. New York Mets, go Yankees. This team sucks. 0-0 ninth inning. What the hell y'all doing? The Bills suck. Bills suck. This team is a disappointment. They know how to rip your heart out. This team sucks. They're disappointment. This is what they are. They are disappointment. This is what they are. They are what they are. Are they what they are? So as far as our performance goes, I think Clark is going to deal. I think Rodon with 17 wins is going to be great. Obviously, Nestor has pitched pretty well. So, again, even if the offense is anemic and it's terrible and they can only hit a home run, Juan Soto and Jorginho, 5 to 9 is garbage in the lineup. It's a one-dimensional lineup. It's pretty bad. I'm no lie about that. Hopefully the closer's role has been defined. Hopefully Cousins, because Chris Inglis from a hit by pitch. Hopefully Anthony Rizzo will come back at some point. There are some questions. Like Gleyber got 2 hits. Hopefully Gleyber Torres is great at the top of the lineup. Hopefully he is.
Going forward, just hopefully there's room to go forward.
I don't want it to end. I'm not ready to say goodbye. I don't want it to end. So I'm going to remain as optimistic as possible.
Let's go Braves! Braves win twice. Braves need to stay red hot. Let's go Braves.
One team to come away with the sweep. Arizona plans on watching the games as a group tomorrow The Snakes.
Fuck the Mets. Let's go Braves. The Mets are going to choke both games. I guarantee it.
12 sports.
I guarantee it.
All right, Monday, find the TV. Mets and Braves. Game 1 is at 10 local time.
We want Milwaukee.
1:40.
I want Milwaukee.
That's one of these guys. The sweep. If they win game 1 against the Brewers,
It's going to come down to Braves win the first doubleheader postponements of the Mets Braves series. After that series is over, after they determine the playoff field, then I'll release my playoff bracket prediction. But the Dodgers are terrible pitching. It's like, hey, look, Ohtani can't pitch. Dodgers can't make it until Ohtani's MVP of that team. Pitching his pitch again. So the Dodgers, no matter what, are not going to make it to the World Series. Don't pay out Yankees Dodgers exact, but it's one more year to burn them on that exact. Because again, the Dodgers they need another starting pitcher. Ohtani has not pitched this season. Ohtani will not make the World Series until he's able to pitch. That's what will magnify the moment. It's because the Dodgers bought it all. They bought it all. If they buy Ohtani the first year, they win the World Series. It's like, bought championship. You got to go through a little struggle, go through a little bit of adversity of falling short in the playoffs. What if Ohtani has a bad playoffs like Judge did in 2022, and he's got to go prove himself the next year? That's what I'm talking about. So there are a lot of problems with the Dodgers. You can't look at these meaningless games and get rocked. And if anyone can blow it for the Dodgers, I think I'll stand during the game back time, close, and watch some baseball and hope for the best. Get drunk. Bills will not win the AFC. And again, I don't think the Ravens were the underdog last week. Ravens are probably the top 2 team in the conference after this week. Ravens are the top 2 team football game because the Bengals lost against the Washington, but they're able to give the Chargers worse than Peyton Manning. I would say Peyton Manning doesn't commit as much turnovers. I go purple for the Ravens. I think the black shirt and the black beanie as well, because that's pretty much what Baltimore is. Black and purple. I got the good outfit.